Hi everyone, this is CherryEnchantress and this is your daily dust for Monday, December 4th if you're watching in real time, but it can also be for whenever you stumble upon it. It's also a timeless reading. And also if you just happen to watch it on the day of, that works okay. I usually film this a day ahead of time. Almost always film it a day ahead of time, and sometimes it just doesn't get out in time because of me just not pushing the button sometimes, or filming it and not getting it uploaded in time. But anyway, just saying, that is how I usually do this. So we are in a little theme again for Christmas, for the Yule season, of silver and gold edged tarot decks, and that's going to also include other metallic color edges like purple and aqua and anything else that glimmers and glows like the ornaments on a Christmas tree. All right, so the Final Rose Tarot. Final Rose is a deck that my daughter gave me, and it's just so appropriate because we watched The Bachelor and The Bachelorette shows together, and sent home. And so yeah, it's a really well done deck. It's part of like my romantic decks too. It's a really good deck, and it's a beautifully gilded, and it also has holographic, not holographic, embossed in gold on both sides. So another one of those beautiful decks. Okay, and it's pink. This is one of those must-have decks, I think, out there for tarot readers. Okay, and you can get it on Etsy. I always like to put like a flip through review of it in the corner, and sometimes I'll put links up where you can buy it, but not always. I'm not affiliated usually with it, unless it's an Amazon deck. Then I have affiliated links for Amazon. All right, let's see what we have for today. We have the producer plant. What does that mean? Okay, and possessive. 4 of Rings, possessive. Okay. And ooh, the villain. Okay. Something's going on today for some of you. If it doesn't resonate, just let it go. It might not be for you, but some of you out there may really be tuning into this energy today. So let's zoom on in and see what we get. Wow, you guys got the extra card, and I didn't even realize that this deck had an extra card. So exclusive to the deck is the producer plant. It comes after, in the major arcana, after the world card, which in this deck, in the Final Rose, which reflects the Bachelor series, is 21. The world is the fans. And then here we have an extra card called the producer plant. Something sneaky is afoot, slithering its way into your world, wreaking havoc and planting seeds to rock your peace. A reminder that we cannot always control things and have them to go according to our particular plans. And let's be honest, life would be pretty boring if we always had our way. Others have their own agendas, and there are moments in our lives when we encounter challenging people and scenarios that rattle us. They play a specific role to stir up drama, bring discomfort, and reveal doubts we have about ourselves. Real quick, I'm hearing from Spirit, even if this is happening, you don't play the victim. That's one of the greatest challenges when bad things happen to us. We go into victim mode. Of course, we're being wronged, and so we feel like a victim. But it's real important not to succumb to victim mode. You can see the thing that's happening to you and feel that it's a wrong thing that should be happening to you, but try to see it as something that's happening for you. So you can see and zoom out and see a big picture, and don't go into victim mode. Just say, Well, I see all this is happening. And you know what? I'm pretty strong, and I got my head on my shoulders, and I'm a champion. I'm a warrior. I'm a tough girl or boy. I mean, I can, man, woman, I can handle this, and nothing's gonna bother me because I got this. Actually, you know how sometimes you have a really good day and somebody comes by and acts kind of annoying, and you know, in those days you're like, this is such a great day, nobody's going to bring me down. If we could have that energy anytime somebody tries to come to us to bring us down, that would be great. But obviously those negative times where people try to bring us down, or we have to deal with a whole lot more than we really are ready for, it's usually during a time we're already vulnerable or already tired or haven't given ourselves enough rest and pampering or self-love, you know, during a time where we need to take better care of ourselves or give us a chance to you know, not run ragged. And if you're already at a low point and then something hits you, then it feels a lot worse. Also, it's harder to fight against it. You fall into the victim mode because you're like, oh, the whole world's against me. This too, you know, like I had this happening, now this too, you know. When it rains, it pours kind of energy. So try not to see it that way. Just take one thing at a time. If it's like say, for instance, you're having your body aches or whatever. So do what you need to feel better about it. Do some stretches, take some medicine to help you feel better, whatever. But like if your body aches and somebody is rude to you, then it adds up. Then it's almost what that person did is twice as bad because they're doing it on a day you already felt bad. But that part is not their fault, right? So anyway, that's a little side thing that just popped up, and I just thought I should address it. I'm not saying that you don't have a right to feel bad, because you do. Like, you can get mad and you can cry and all of that, but I want you to see yourself as overcoming it, a warrior and tough, and you can handle this, you know. So yeah. So, these people or scenarios that rattle us play a specific role to stir up drama, bring discomfort. Maybe it's just a test. Do you hold steady in your integrity and remain unshakable in your path to find love, or do you allow this person or outer circumstances to pull you under into a storm of chaos and fear that have you packing your bags and running home to escape the madness? Either way, it'll be over soon as this slimy critter slinks away. And remember, they never had any real power over you anyway. So it's like the other thing. It's either a person or an outside energy or some kind of other thing that's sneaking in, a troublemaker, some kind of discomfort, and a test of your integrity. Very interesting. So possessive, 4 of rings. The rings is the suit of, I feel like that's the pentacles. Yes, and the grounded, solid things in life. Physical, material, riches, and outer appearances. And here we have possessive. So the 4 of Pentacles, yes, sometimes does represent possessiveness. It represents like sometimes hoarding or greediness. This is a possessive person. They're like possessive for silliest reasons. It's like, okay, you don't have to like push it in my face or whatever. I got you, you know. Like, they're insecure about the situation, so they have to be like ultra about it. But anyway, this could also represent you. If like you feel like you've got this possessiveness creeping up on you, then, you know, take note of it, you know, and realize the best medicine here is just to let go. So take honest inventory of the situation and recognize what's at stake. Though there's uncertainty, the more you clutch and try to control outcomes, especially when others are involved, the more you have to lose. Don't let perceived scarcity pull you down and desperation, see? Because that's a heavy energy that will pull others down with you. Letting go and surrendering is the only way through, just like I said. So this is you or somebody else who wants to control things. The ego is in play. It could be desperation. There's a scarcity mentality, and the solution is surrendering. Okay, and so let's say it's you and you've been wronged. Obviously, your initial reaction wants to fight back. But your higher spiritual reaction would be to look at this person like, okay, well, I don't know what's going on with you. You have, for some reason, you have scarcity consciousness, and I'm not going to be pulled down into that. I'm going to rise above, see the bigger picture, release any feelings I have because it's not going to do me any good. You're doing what you're doing because you're insecure or have self-worth issues, and I don't because I'm, awesome. And, it's just like, just see yourself as the champion here. Just keep seeing yourself as the champion, because that's why Spirit brings you these challenges, because they're like, here's another test. Are you going to come out the champion? Yes, you are, because you know you are. In a case where there's like a one against another, sometimes there is the villain and sometimes there's the hero. And you are the hero here, and you can conquer against the villain. But don't be the villain, don't succumb to the ego. The ego, if you let the ego get a hold of you in those situations, then you basically are the same as the person that did you wrong. So don't let the ego get a hold of you. So the villain here is saying, not here to make friends is the motto of our deplorable villain. The essential hypnotic presence draws us in and shines a light on the negative influences within us all, captivating us with drama and fulfilling our lowest desires. And I'm hearing pushing your buttons. Like there's somebody out there that knows just how to push your buttons, where you turn into this side of yourself that you don't like, you don't want, and if you're in awareness, you realize, oh, that's my ego, I better stop now. And you can control that. Like having your mind is not just ego. You have your higher self to rely on. So zoom out. I always call it zooming out, because I feel like when it's ego, it's like so tight, and it's like blinders, and you can't see anything but what's happening right here, right here, right here, right here. But when you zoom out, you're like, oh, that's that over there, and that's that over there, and then that's that person, that's me. And it's like you're watching the play, and you're observing it like you watch a TV show. And when you're watching a show or a play, you're seeing the characters and you're seeing how they interact, and you're like, oh man, she shouldn't act that way, because she shouldn't do that, because this lady's doing that on purpose to get at her, and seeing she's taking the bait and she's really getting upset. But this lady should really get she should just be chill, because that way the lady won't win, the one that's trying to mess with her won't win. So that's kind of how I think you view your own consciousness, you view it like a little play that's going on. So zoom out, lovingly watch yourself. No criticism, no judgment. We're human and this happens to us, but lovingly watch yourself and see, oh, okay. That's why what she said is something that reminds me of something of my childhood that triggers me, and that's why it bothered me so much. And she pushed my buttons, and she knows how to push those buttons, and she knows how to make me get angry about that kind of thing. So now I'm not going to allow that anymore, because I saw it. I could see it now. I was able to see what it is, and now I can actually laugh at it. I'm like, oh, she found a trick, but now I know what it is. So awareness awareness is what is kind of like, awareness is your gift here. Awareness is your power. Self-awareness, and that's going to get you through this, okay? It's easier said than done. And I read these things as a gift to me too from Spirit, to be honest. I'm not preaching to you. I'm actually absorbing this message as well, because this helps me too in situations, hearing these messages. And I get like that too. My buttons can be pushed. When did it push the last time? I don't know. I was just out doing my deliveries, and just something silly and minor got me all ruffled up. It happens, okay? So, the villain can be the star of the show, but inevitably bags will be packed and they will be escorted away, bringing such much needed relief and revival to those who remain. So just remember, this too shall pass. The producer plant and the villain, probably one and the same. They're getting a lot of attention, and they may even be the star of the show right now, and they may be even absorbing all this energy from others and you and whatnot, and causing chaos. But this is a very temporary energy. This is not going to last. This person's not going to last. I feel too like this could be a person who's possessive of someone, and the someone may say, I finally figured you out. You're not the right one for me, and then they're gonna leave. But this someone is kind of clueless for a while because of the other things, because sort of a like cloud over their eyes, and So anyway, I don't know how long this is. I feel like this is very, very temporary, though. This is a temporary energy, whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be about a love scenario necessarily, but it can be. But it also represents that it's mostly about you, as these readings are. What do you do in these situations? You don't let them drag you down. You rise above, and you see yourself as strong, mighty, and a warrior. And you can handle this. It's like, whatever it is that you need to do, just say, okay, hurt people. She's or he is going through their own demons, fighting their demons. I'm not their therapist, so I can't actually help them or heal them, but I can sympathetically wish them well and then pull away, not engage, whatever you need to do. Like, whoever this is, this could be a guy, a narcissist, a girl narcissist, it could be anybody. Like, people, there's some people who there's a lot, you can't sometimes reason with somebody who's just too far gone. So you have to pull yourself away from the situation. Use your higher intuition to see how you can, what you need to do in the situation. And this is definitely person to person, whatever you stumble upon and on your day. And it could be super minor, like it could be just going through a drive-through and saying, hey, I want some fries, and they said, you want some tries, and then you like get triggered, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna get triggered. Like, 'cause that's one of my triggers, is poor customer service. So, just like a little thing, don't just like use that visual, and see the characters, and then laugh at yourself for being so, letting something so silly get to you, and then just like let it go. That usually helps. Okay, so I hope you like that. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.